Hey guys, so this is going to be, I guess, the first video that I do for the 11.2 PTR analysis on Devastation. We got a first round of notes today. It's obviously not going to be a major amount, however, it's obviously going to be the first video of the multiple that we'll have for this little series. First we're going to go over the new tier set, and then we're going to go over some balance changes that Devastation overall have received. So for Flameshaper or 2-piece pressing into Gulf, strokes your rate of flame, increasing damage by 40%, and a chance to gain Essence Burst by 50% for 12 seconds. This stacks up to 2 times and allows for multiple applications to overlap. So one of the questions that I do have, which we'll find out over time, I guess, especially when PTR actually comes out, is what exactly stacks and overlaps on this particular buff? Is it the 40% or is it the actual duration of both the 40% and the Essence Burst by 50% duration? We won't know until it comes out. Our 4-piece consuming Essence Burst steering inner flame fires an Essence Bomb at your target, damaging nearby enemies. This is a particular thing that is reduced by, or reduced beyond the 5 targets, but still really nice. And it is all around really good, especially during Dragon Rage when we're generating the most Essence Burst. For Scalecommander or 2-piece, during Deep Breath and for 10 seconds afterwards, you command a squadron of 2 Drakthir who will cast Disintegrate and Pyre. I have 2 questions. One of them probably will actually happen. It would be really nice if it does, though. The first question, though, is it specific? Does the 10 seconds specifically start after Deep Breath finishes casting? Or can you do a little troll evoker thing where you just continually cast Deep Breath? Or like fly in Deep Breath and you'll just have a squadron up for, well, let's just say like 90% of the fight. Probably not, but that would be really cool and funny. And then the next question, will these Drakthir specifically know to cast Disintegrate or Pyre based on how many enemies, or will they just randomly swap between the two? Because it would feel really bad if they were casting Pyre on one single target. Our 4-piece, while your squadron is active, any cast of Mass Disintegrate will strike up to 2 additional enemies, so meaning we'll have 5 enemies hit in total, which will be really nice for Scintillation funnel. In addition, it increases the time they assist you for 5 seconds every single time you cast Mass Disintegrate. So you'll be able to cast Mass Disintegrate up to 4 times within your Dragon Rage. So obviously, 20 seconds in total. I don't know if it'll actually stack that way, but assuming based off of the tooltip that it's shown, it definitely will. So this is just going to be a nice quality of life thing for, I guess, like sustained damage. Flameshaper does not have an issue with sustained damage at all thanks to Firestorm. However, when it comes to Scalecommander, during the moments where we're not casting a lot, and especially don't have bombardments up, this is pretty much the case for them. Although for raid, it's not so much an issue. Now, when it comes to the specific balance changes that Evokers are having for their hero talents, Engulf damage is being increased by 100%, and Engulf now requires the target to have Fire Breath active to be used. Engulf effectiveness now scales by 20% instead of 50% per damaging effect, and Full Metal Shore no longer decreases the duration of Fire Breath on the target. And then for Scalecommander fixing an issue where Breath of Eons would display the incorrect tooltip when talented into maneuverability. So when it comes to the engulf damage, this is actually more ironing out the actual damage itself. In my opinion, especially as a Devoker one trick, this is pretty needed. I felt like engulf was doing a little bit too much damage. It's just a nuke that we would have every single 20 seconds, and it was generating a lot of threat, and the fact that this is going down slightly, it's not by a lot by any means, but it is going to be a considerable amount, at least in single target. That'll be an all-around nice change. However, that may be the only thing that has not actually been changed is Consume Flame. As far as we're aware so far, this could obviously change in the near future, or could change today. We'll never know. Consume Flame is doing the exact same amount of damage. So we'll still be doing the exact same amount in AoE, we just won't be doing as much to any target that we're specifically targeting. And then, when it comes to Foam on a Shore, it's just, basically removing it and just adding the 20 seconds back. Or not the 20 seconds, the 20% back. One of the things that I actually really enjoy about our new changes, including it's mainly about a tier set, is the fact that these are more lore-oriented. I believe this is the same for every single class, but for a Scalecommander, we learned of the Scalecommander lore essentially when we were still leveling through Forbidden Reach, and the fact that we are going to be in a lore aspect of it of just commanding 2 additional Drakthir to us, that's like really awesome, and visually it should be really cool. However, the one thing I'm a little worried about is how visually cluttered it'll be. I mean, it'll be really awesome. Just imagine seeing upwards of 7 disintegrate beams at once. Just the amount of pyres that you'd see in the air, like that's going to be really cool. And then one thing I am actually a little worried about is what will the visual clutter, or if we would even call it clutter in the first place, what will Essence Bomb even look like? Will it drop from the sky? Will it be the same as Engulf, where it just pops on the actual target itself? Will it be something that shoots directly out of us? Obviously, we'll find out when PTR comes out, but that's my questions and what I have for now. And as always, if you have any comments or questions or anything, leave them down below, and I will be sure to answer them. I think I said it at the beginning of the video, but if I haven't, then this is going to be the series that I usually do for every single PTR analysis whenever new stuff comes out for a particular patch. And yeah, thanks for watching.